Yo, what is good, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Prodigy channel. And in this video, I'm going to talk about why you need to buy low on this player to help win your fantasy football championship. But before we do that, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, let's get right into it. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, guys. You just need to buy low on a player who has been great for fantasy in recent history, and that is Tee Higgins, wide receiver of the Cincinnati Bengals. I am recording this following week 1 of the 2023 fantasy football season. A week with a lot of disappointing performances across the league. Perhaps none more disappointing than wide receiver Tee Higgins, a fantasy superstar, I think you could say. Maybe not quite at that upper echelon of wide receiver, but sort of that next tier or two below. He does have Jamar Chase on the same team, but you know, over the years, Jamar Chase has proven to be a great fantasy asset. And in week 1, he comes out against the Cleveland Browns and puts up 0 fantasy points on 8 targets. Yeah, that's not what you wanted. The whole Bengals offense honestly was disappointing. And I'm just throwing this performance in the trash. For one, it's week 1. If things like this happen in any other week of the season, it's easier to look past it. But we've been anticipating this week for months and months in the offseason. It finally shows up. You have your expectations. You have what you think. And then week 1 happens, and then, okay, that's your new truth. That's what is the reality. If this happens in week 6, you're disappointed, but it's not going to have as big of an impact. So when a player gooses in week 1, that can create a huge buy low window, especially for a player of Tee Higgins' fantasy value. Another thing to know is that this was a bad weather game. The whole offense struggled. Joe Burrow, I mean, he's a great player. They have a great offense. You know, they got Jamar Chase, Tee Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon in the backfield, and it just wasn't clicking. The weather was not great, and it affected the game. I didn't watch the game personally, but from what I heard, he got 8 targets in this game, but only like 1 or 2 of them were even remotely catchable. That's just kind of what I've heard. Long story short, it was just a weird situation. I'm not saying he's going to be, you know, the new Justin Jefferson, obviously, but I think Tee Higgins is still a wide receiver too. This game does not change that for me, and he still has week winning upside each and every week in that electric offense. And I think the Bengals will get back on track in week 2 against the Baltimore Ravens, and I think they'll be one of the better offenses in the league, like we all expected. If you just take a look back over the years at what Tee Higgins has done, we're just going to quickly go through his game log here. Routinely in double digits. Last year he had 1,042 yards. He had 7 touchdowns. He even missed a couple games, and he was still able to put up those numbers. He has big playability, 19.3, 20.9, 22.8, and this isn't half PPR scoring, by the way, 21.9. And if you have a chance to buy low on this guy, I definitely would. Obviously, I'm not going to trade like Christian McCaffrey for him, but if you can do a little package where maybe you package a receiver who overperformed with another player, and you can kind of upgrade at that wide receiver position. Back in 2021, same thing, a little over 1,000 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns, 74 receptions. And again, that year he missed, 3 games. So he's routinely above 1,000 yards, a decent touchdown score. And if you do it on a per game average, it's even better because he's missed a few games here and there. But even that year, 20.4, 24.3, 37.4, he can put up big games. In 2020, almost 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, had some big games there. And yeah, I believe that was his first year. So in one of my leagues, I was looking at rosters, and someone in my league has him on the bench for week 2. That is a complete overreaction. And if someone in your league is overreacting on one bad game for Tee Higgins, this is your chance to get yourself a locked and loaded wide receiver 2 with week winning upside each and every week. And that's going to do it for this video. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.